ஆடும் வரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நில உலாவிய நீர்மொழி வேணியன் அலைகள் சோதியன் அம்பலத்தாடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நேசம் நிறைந்த உள்ளத்தால் நேரம் நிறைந்த மணிகண்டத்து ஈசனடியார் பெருமையினை எல்லா உயிரும் தொழை எடுத்து தேசம் உய்ய திருத்தொண்ட தொகை முன் பணித்த திருவாளர் வாசமலர் மென்கடல் வணங்கு வந்த பிறப்பை வணங்குவான். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனையை போற்றி என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி ஏகம்பத்துறை எந்தாய் போற்றி பாகம் வெண்ணூர் ஆனாய் போற்றி பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணையை போற்றி சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனையை போற்றி அண்ணாமலையமண்ணா போற்றி கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி காவாய் கனகத்திரளையே போற்றி கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கரோஹரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக வழங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் பெரிய புராணத்தை 63 நாயன்மார்களுடைய வரலாற்றையும் ஆங்கிலத்தில சொல்லுகின்ற ஒரு நிலையில் நாம் தொடர்ந்து இன்றைய தினம் திருநாவுக்கரசு நாயனாருடைய புராணத்தை சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. This program is specially sponsored by Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan from Qatar. So we have to acknowledge with thanks the earnest interest being shown by the couple to narrate all the stories of Nayanmars in English. They have lived in Tamil Nadu. They have sacrificed their lives for their service, their principles. They lived for a principle, and for the principle they sacrificed their whole lives. So the entire the group of Nayanmars shared their lives in Tamil Nadu. Then why we are thinking their life stories in English? It is because, see, bhakti doesn't have any language at all. The love towards Lord Shiva doesn't have any significance with language. So the love shown by them, the ardent love shown by the disciples towards Lord Shiva will initiate, will inspire the people who may not be well versed with the Tamil, but if they happen to listen to the stories of these disciples, devotees, Nayanmars, then they will be inspired. They will be led to the righteous path for attaining Lord Shiva's the abode. So the interest shown by the couple is the Periya Puranam should be taken to people who may not be well versed with the Tamil or who may not be Tamil speaking. So the aim, the motive of Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan, we have to appreciate. It has to be appreciated. We have been seeing Nayanmars in the order Sekudar has depicted in his epic. Thirunavukkarasar Nayanar, we started in the last episode, his story. It was a wonderful story. enlightening life history to get deepest love for Lord Shiva. As a matter of fact, he was misled in his early days and he switched over to Samanam, the Jains, because there were no people to guide him properly. Or it may be said that Lord Shiva has not uttered his grace upon him. That's what the Sekudar says. Number Arulamayinal, what he says. So Lord Shiva has not uttered the grace over him. So he drifted to Jainism. He was there for quite a long period and he was propagating the principles of Jainism throughout Tamil Nadu. Since he was well versed with the Tamil and poems and literature, all those things, he was able to capture the attention of the people, and most of them they transferred themselves from Buddhism, from Shaivism to Jainism. He achieved so many victories in this project. So he was assured with a title Dharmasena by those people. His sister Tilagavatiyar was continuously submitting to Lord Shiva that he originally belongs to Saivam and he had switched over by his ill past birth. He might have drifted, but Lord Shiva, please bestow your grace upon him, your blessings upon him, and see to it that some or other he comes back to Saivam. That's what her prayer, that is what, how she prayed before Lord Shiva, and she rendered service to Lord Shiva in the temple. And Lord Shiva one day answered her prayer. Don't worry, your brother would be coming back. He was already destined to reach me. So never mind, don't worry, he would be coming back. Because of this, our Dharmasena got a very strong stomachache. It was called Sulai. It was called Sulai. So he suffered a lot. Nobody was able to cure it, including the Jains, the Samana Munis, Samana Gurumas, Samana saints there. They were not able to cure it. They were chanting so many mantras, but in vain. And they treated him with medical treatment also went on, but no results. So some or other, virtually speaking, those people abandoned him. So what to do? He was not able to decide. He was suffering like anything, like a worm under the sun. He was reeling under the pain. Finally, he decided to surrender to his sister, and he came back and he surrendered. And his sister took him to Lord Shiva, where he submitted himself, and Lord Shiva cured his disease. The pain vanished in a moment when he uttered a song containing 10 songs, Padiham containing 10 songs. He was very happy and he understood, oh my Lord, today only I was able to understand the power of your grace. I did lot of nasty things in my past life, but you didn't mind all those things, but you had come forward to cure me. What a grace, what mercy you had on me. So saying that, he was ushering tears over his cheek, and he was crying like anything. Lord Shiva's voice appeared in the sky, and it said, from now onwards, you would be called Navukkarasar. You would be called Navukkarasar. Scrap all those old names. Here afterwards, you would be known Navukkarasar. So that name remained very famous. Everybody called him. From that time on, uh, donning Udraksha garland and smearing holy ash on his forehead, he went round the temple, did the service, and he removed the bushes in the temple and also cleaned the paths where devotees visited the and were using the temple. So he was also uttering padigams. So he was singing padigams, he was cleaning the temple, doing Udavaram, and those two things he was continuously doing. His conversion from Jainism to Saivism went all around and spread far and wide, and the influence of other religions started dwindling because people started gathering. Lord Shiva has cured the stomachache of our Navukkarasar, and Lord Shiva himself has had named him. So everybody started coming back behind Navukkarasar. Navukkarasar was preaching them the principles of Saivism, and also he was telling the people the righteous religion and the right path for a soul to follow is Saivism. Shiva is the only Lord who have no birth or death. No birth or death. Shiva has every power to create this world for us. So he was preaching the principles of Saivism, and people started switching over to Saivism with happiness, and they started smearing ashes on their forehead, and they started chanting the padigams of Navukkarasar. Wherever they go, when they go to the temple, they utter the padigam of the Navukkarasar for offering the prayer. So this went on, and this gained momentum, and this alarmed all the Jains. Jain saints got alarmed, and they were in panic. Immediately they have planned to approach the king, and some or other decided to seek his orders to nullify or to wash away or to scrap Navukkarasar from the scene. Some or other he has to be scrapped off. They decided. They went to the king. The Pallava king asked them what was their purpose of visit. They all told them that Dharmasenar falsely told that he was suffering from so that he can switch over from Jainism to Saivism. So telling that lie, he switched over there, and he was falsely saying that stomachache has vanished because of Lord Shiva. He didn't have a stomachache at all. He complained that disease just to evade and run away from our religion. Some or other this fellow has to be punished. So these people told the king and to some or other punish Navukkarasar for his faulty behavior. As a matter of fact, Pallavan king was under the influence of Jain saints. So immediately he accepted their demand, and he called his ministers and our other officers and told them to go and bring Dharmasena to the kingdom. You go and bring him here. So they all went to Navukkarasar. They submitted. You have been summoned by our great king, so you must be present before him. We have come here to take you to the king. That was his orders. They uttered. Immediately responded Navukkarasar, who is my king? Nobody is my king except Lord Shiva. So I am a disciple and I am living in the kingdom of Lord Shiva. So I will bow before only Lord Shiva and I will be taking orders only from Lord Shiva. I will not adhere to any other orders. You are saying that somebody is a king. I don't know who is the king. I don't have any king. So I am in the kingdom of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is my king. So I am not afraid of any king or his warriors or his power, everything. He was saying. And he also uttered a padiham. Namarkum kudiyallom, namane anjom, naragatil idapadom. That it runs like that. So very stubbornly and bravely he told that he would not be coming before the king. But the ministers, seeing his stubborn behavior, they all requested him. We know your genuinity. We know your merit. But if we are working under a king who will kill us if we go to him without you. If you go and say him that you are not coming, we are not able to take you to the kingdom, he will immediately kill us. So kindly save our lives. They requested Navukkarasar. If you accompany us, we will take you to the king and we will be saved. So on hearing that, Navukkarasar pitied upon them and decided to go with them. And he prayed Lord Shiva, everything rests with you. Whatever you do, I accept. I am your citizen. I am your disciple. I am your slave. You are everything for me. So saying all these words, he accompanied them and he went with them. He was taken before the king. The king didn't inquire at all anything. He was asking only one question. Are you now in? He was asking. Navukkarasar replied, my king is Lord Shiva. I am always in Saivam, he said. But you were in. That was my mistake. Man has all the right to correct it. So I just corrected my mistake and I had drifted to my parent religion. It is my parent religion. I went there and I didn't go to a new religion. My parent religion, nascent religion, like, and you from Jainism to Saiva. So you were misleading the people. So you have to be punished. Saying this, he was turning to the Jain saints, Samanar, Gurukul, Samana Muni. He was turning to them and asking them, what was the punishment? What is the punishment to be given to him? He asked. And they said, we have to put him inside a kiln, in a lime kiln, and where fresh lime was being baked, and let him be baked to death. The king accepted and ordered that let Dharmasenar be put in a kiln where the fresh lime was being baked. So he was taken over there. The kiln was opened. He was led in, asked to sit there where lime shells were heaped, and the door was shut and the kiln was ignited. Inside our Navukkarasar was there. What will happen to a person inside a kiln being burnt, lime burnt? You just think of it. But he was thinking about Lord Shiva, and he was feeling that he has been placed under the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. So the whole atmosphere was not hot, but it was cool and pleasant. He felt all the joyous atmosphere around him. He also uttered a padiham there. Masil Vinayum, Mali Madiyamum, Visu Tendelum, Vingila Venilum, Musu Vandare, Poihayum Pondade, Isan Yandai, Yenayadi Nidale. So I was under the grace of Lord Shiva's lotus feet. So I didn't feel anything hot or anything harmful to me. I was actually I heard beautiful music by Veena. I can feel the breeze. All these were happening to me when as if I am in a very, very joyous atmosphere. So he was there for a week. 1 week went on like this. The king ordered to open the kiln and to take out the skeleton. He ordered to open the kiln and take out the skeleton. That was the idea they were having. But when the security guards came and opened the kiln, they found him intact, as if a fresh apple in a refrigerator. He was like that. They were astonished. They were taken aback. He stepped out of the kiln. He was asked to come out. He stepped out of the kiln as if he is stepping out of a cool room. They ran, and the Jain saints were also taken aback. They all went to the king and told him nothing has happened to Navukkarasar. He was not affected. He was intact. That's what they have been telling. Navukkarasar, they were all astounded. And what to do next? They were wondering. The king asked the saints once again. The saints told, see, he was an expert in uttering Jain mantras. He learnt a lot of mantras when he was here. So using those mantras, he saved himself from the calamity. He was intact because of the mantra he used. King asked, say, what to do? Then they told, we should take the next measure. That is, he should be poisoned. He should be poisoned and killed. Okay, go ahead. Pallava king gave the order. So they made ready meals with very heavy poison and severe poisoned food, and Navukkarasar, our Dharma Navukkarasar was summoned and asked to eat it. Navukkarasar prayed Lord Shiva, "Oh my Lord Shiva, you have taken the poison because of the to save the lives of the Devas, Amaras, and all the living beings. You consumed the poison that came before the nectar in the milk ocean. So, for your disciples, devotees also, the poison will become the nectar. So, when you are there, I am not worried about any poison. I would be taking it. Nothing will happen to me." He was thinking like that, and he ate it. And they were waiting for Dharmasena to vomit, to die out of the poison they have given. But nothing happened. He was intact. He was saved. Everyone was surprised, and they started worrying about this. Again, they went to the king. King asked what happened. They said he lived out of this. He was not able to. He was able to win over the situation. Then what to do? What is your next move? The king was asking. Without any mercy, the Jain saints were giving on so many ideas to kill Navukkarasar. See, the people summon Jains, the summoner, the Jain saints claim that they will not give even a small insect, a small worm would not be killed by them. They would be taking almost all care to save every living thing. They will never be a cause for death of any living thing, living being. So those so much of preachings they were doing, but they were making all steps to kill Navukkarasar, some or other, to wipe away Navukkarasar. They were planning so many things. So when the king asked them what was to be done next, they suggested that a wild elephant should be commanded to trample Navukkarasar. A wild elephant should be trampled Navukkarasar, to trample him and kill him. The king agreed, and a very wild elephant normally used in wars. The elephant will be ferocious and would be killing people in the war. That elephant was taken by the mouths, and Navukkarasar was brought to the plains. He was laid down, and they drove the elephant, and the elephant was running with a ferocious sound, and it was making all sounds, and it was approaching very fiercely to kill Navukkarasar. Navukkarasar started praying as usual with a padiham. So he uttered the padiham and prayed Lord Shiva, "Oh my Lord Shiva, I am here to accept those things you are offering to me. I will never say no to it, because I accept everything on the grounds that they have been awarded only by you. I don't say that summoner has done this, or my foes have done this, or my enemies have done this. I don't complain. I accept everything that you give it to me, as if you are giving to me. So these things also, this elephant also, you have sent to me. So I am not afraid because you are here to protect me. So this the mighty animal came along very angrily, and it was destroying some buildings in its en route on the way. It was brought to the front and it was drove, and when it came fiercely towards Navukkarasar, Navukkarasar was in deep meditation and was not looking at the elephant at all. Somehow or other, as the elephant neared him, some magic miracle happened, and on hearing the Tamil Padiham, whether the elephant was able to understand or not, it was enchanted. It stopped there, it knelt before him and saluted him, and it also went around Navukkarasar, Valam vandது, went around Navukkarasar, bowed before him, knelt before him, and raising its trunk, it also saluted. Seeing all these things, the mouths were astonished. How this ferocious animal can do like this? They were making all sorts of sounds. Hey, they were making lot of noises to drive the elephant to kill him. But on hearing the sounds, the elephant turned back and it started going towards the mouths. It was galloping speed towards the mouths, and as a matter of fact, it caught some of the mouths and killed them. The giants fled the scene. Nobody was seen there. Everybody vanished on seeing the ferocious animal approaching them. So it when the third attempt to kill Navukkarasar was also a failure. Some or other the giants got tired, and the king also started getting tired of these things. See, we are taking all steps. This man cannot be killed. Whether he is possessing some superior powers, I do not know. The Jain saints are saying so many things, but still he was able to win over all those situations, and he is living. He was not dead as expected. The king was brooding over the happenings, and at that time the saints came and told, once again brainwashed him. No. He is using the mantras, Raja. He is using the mantras we taught him. Only those mantras are saving him. So he was the Samana Jains or the Jains, Samana Munis, the Gurumars, whatever may be, they all complained, we will take final step. The final step, let him not escape. We will tie him around a heavy stone with a tight rope. With strong ropes, we will tie him around stone, so that he cannot even move an inch. When we make him tied over a stone and taking that stone in a boat in the sea, and in the mid-sea it should be thrown away. Because of the heavy stone, it will get drowned. Since he had been tied up, he is tied up, he would not be able to untie, and he will die there. This will be definitely his death sentence penalty. That was the idea given by the Jains. King some or other, okay, since you are saying that this is final, I accept. I do not know whether it is going to work out or not, because he was able to survive in a lime kiln. He was able to survive your poisoned food. even when he took the poisoned food. And almost all the efforts he had taken ended up in failure. Okay, we will go ahead with this. But if this ends up in failure, let us leave it as it is. That was the verdict given by Pallava king. Slowly he was drifting. Slowly he was drifting. So they were alarmed. They took Navukkarasar. They ordered the warriors, the gods, to tie him in a heavy stone with long ropes, tight ropes, and after tying him with ropes in a stone, they took him in a boat to the mid-sea. The Saman Jains, the saints of Jain, they also accompanied. They wanted to see by their own eyes what went on. So they also accompanied and they went on a boat. The security guards took him in the boat, and the boat was taken to the mid-sea, in the dark sea. Before the naked eyes of the Jains, he was pushed from the boat in the mid-sea. Jains were witnessing that Navukkarasar with the stone, heavy stone, immersing, going into the deep sea. They witnessed, convincing themselves that he had drowned completely, and there were no chances of his escape. After ascertaining the thing, they came back. But what happened? When Navukkarasar drowned in the sea, with the heavy stone tied around him, he uttered once again Padiham. Navukkarasar Padihams are powerful. Even today, if you utter them, if you recite them, if you chant them with great love before Lord Shiva, it yields results. You are benefited, you are gifted, your sorrows are wiped away. Those were the things, experiences by the people who uttered, recited Navukkarasar Padihams. These are all called Arpuda Padiham. Sotrunai Vediyan Sodi Vanavan Potrunai Tirundadi Porunda Kaidoda Katrunai Putti Vor Kadalil Paichinum Natrunai Avadu Namashivayave. He was uttering the 5-lettered mantra, he said. He was saying in the Padiham that I uttered only Lord Shiva's 5-lettered mantra, Namashivaya, Namashivaya, Namashivaya. I was going on uttering the mantra with the deepest love, without breaking the connection between my mind and the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. The bondage was so powerful, I can feel that the ropes were being loosened, and slowly I got untied from the stone. So once Navukkarasar got untied from the stone, he came to the surface of the sea water. See, another wonderful thing happened. The natural characteristics of stone is to get immersed in the water. But here the stone was floating. Navukkarasar got onto the stone as if it was a boat. He was sitting there and he was lifting his hands and he was praying with his tears in his eyes. And with great love, he was singing, "Oh, my Lord, it's your mercy is immeasurable." When people are in distress, when people are in greatest suffering, when they utter your five-lettered mantra, they are relieved. Their sufferings are wiped out. They are being helped by your kindness. Oh, my people, whenever you are in distress, whenever you are suffering, don't forget to chant five-lettered mantra with great love. Your great love for five-lettered mantra, your chanting, will save you from any misery, any sorrowful event. You would be saved. So he was uttering the mantra, five-lettered mantra, the padiyam, and he was sitting on the stone which was floating. It was floating. See what happened is, sometime after that, a small breeze was blowing. The breeze was blowing and moving the stone towards the shore. It was slowly moving, and as if a boat was heading towards the shore, it was going. And the stone reached the banks, the shore, and he jumped from the stone to the land. Today you can go and see the place where our Navukkarasar got from the sea to land. It is called Karayera Kuppam. It is now being called Karayera Kuppam. People are celebrating this event every year with great joy. Navukkarasar escaped. Navukkarasar, because of Lord Shiva's grace, he came out of the sea, and he, after coming to the land, he directly went to the temple. The temple is called Tirupadiri Puliyur. Padiri Puliyur. And as a matter of fact, it is in Kadalur. It is in Kadalur. So what we came to know is where he was returned from the sea to the shore is Kadalur. This Karayera Kuppam is also in Kadalur. He directly went to the temple, and he was praying. He was uttering a new padiham before Lord Shiva. By this time, the whole episode came as a revelation of all mankind, showing the devotion of Navukkarasar to Lord Shiva, and his devotion, how much powerful was his devotion. On reaching the land, he stayed there for few days and paid visits to the temple, and he was also doing service to the temple, cleaning the temple premises, and he was uttering padihams. Large people gathered behind him. They all indulged themselves in the service. They also followed him, and the people were also very joyous about his reciting padihams. They also repeated the padihams whenever they go to temple, make prayers. This went on for a few days, and Navukkarasar decided to return to Adigai Veerattanam. So he decided to come back to Tiruvadigai. The news of various the cruelty inflicted upon him by the Jain saints, the news went around the people. The people came to know, and they all pitied Navukkarasar. This old man, he was successful because of his deep love over Lord Shiva. But how Jain saints can have an idea of inflicting all these cruelties over an old man of his age? So they were all gathering in Tiruvadigai to have a glimpse of Navukkarasar. They all raised their hands and paid their obeisance before him. They all prostrated before him. Navukkarasar gained so much of familiarity and famous, and his punishments were circumvented, were escaped. He escaped all the cruelties these people inflicted upon him. The news went round, and everybody wanted to have a glimpse of him. Yeah, everybody was rushing towards Tiruvadigai, and they all fell before him for his blessings. He went directly to Tiruvadigai, and he made prayers and worshipped Adihi Virattaneswaran. Whenever he would be doing two things. One, Udavaram. The second one, Thevaram. Doing this. So first of all, he would be cleaning all the premises. Then he would be offering the prayer, because it was his idea that one man is qualified to make a prayer only if he executes some service. One person is qualified to put forth his prayer whenever he executes some service, whenever he renders some service. Unless otherwise, without rendering service, you are not qualified to go and stand before him and asking for something. Whenever you go to the Lord Shiva and ask for some help, you must ascertain yourself that what service you had rendered. He would be definitely asking. So those people who would be rendering service would be considered priority, would be given priority by Lord Shiva. So that was his attitude. Whenever you go to temple, offer some service, then make a prayer. When you go to temple, a small service, some service you do. You must do some service. Then make a prayer. So first Udavaram, then Devaram. It was his nature of worshipping temples. Whenever he goes to a temple, he would be rendering Udavaram, then he would be going to the Sannidhanam and would be offering prayer by a Padiham. He has passed on the right principle idea to us. You do some service and go before him. En kadan pani seydu kidappade. Do some service. Then automatically you will be considered, your request will be considered by Lord Shiva. Do the service with love and sincerity and honestly. That's very important. So in Tiruvadigai also, he was there, he was executing some Udavaram and he was paying prayers, he was offering prayers by Padihams, and he was preaching, he was leading people, and he was by life itself, by living. See, instead of preaching, you live like that. People will follow your nature of living. Say, instead of uttering 100 words, if you behave in that way, that will be a great lesson. So on seeing him doing Udavaram, He didn't ask anybody to do Udavaram. He did it by himself. On seeing him doing Udavaram, everybody got switched over to that. Everybody did the Udavaram. So only the practical lesson will be helpful. You understand? So Thirunavukkarasar thought he had reached his last span of his life. So before his life is finished, he wanted to ascertain that his births are terminated. He didn't like to come back. He wants to be placed under the lotus feet of Lord Shiva forever. Hereafterwards, I would not be coming back to this world. I would not depart to Lord Shiva. I would be under the shadow of his lotus feet. And I would be always praying him, and I would be always offering my prayer under his feet. That was his idea. So he was there like this. What went on with the kingdom? Pallavan king heard that Navukkarasar escaped the lost effort also. He came out of the sea, and so many people witnessed that he was sailing on the stone as a boat. He reached the shore, and he was making prayers before Lord Shiva. All those things news he got. So Pallava king, seeing all these things by himself, he realized that these monks are cheating him. So the real principle, or the real religion, if you want to understand, is only Saivam. So I had done a mistake. I had done lot of harmful things to Navukkarasar. I will go before him and I will beg his mercy. He decided. He came over to Tiruvadigai and he bowed before Navukkarasar, the great king, Pallava king. Oh, my saint, I had done very grave mistakes. Kindly pardon me. Kindly pardon me. Grace me with your teachings. Bless me, he was requesting. Navukkarasar said, I had forgotten everything. You go and beg before Lord Shiva. No man can do anything for you. If you want to win away, if you want to wipe all your sins, you have to go and bow and pray before Lord Shiva. Go and pray before him. He directed him. He got his blessings, came back, and this Pallava king, as a matter of fact, drove away all the monks from the monk institutions, Samanar Palli institutions. They drove all, and he just demolished all the buildings, and he built a Shiva temple in the place called Gunapara Icharam. He built a Lord Shiva temple, and he started doing prayers, and he started renovation of old Shiva temples, and he had become a true Saivat after that. So here our Navukkarasar was rendering service in Tiruvadigai, and he decided to go around and visit as many temples as possible, and also he decided to renovate, to do service, to motivate the people to take care of the temples around their area. So he decided and to go for a pilgrimage, to visit all the temples, kick and corners. Not famous temples. He went even to small villages, small temples, and made the people to understand that Lord Shiva, who is there in the temple, would be able to scrap all the sufferings if you just keep afresh your Lord Shiva's temple. So go and renovate your temple, visit your temple, make prayers, offer him flowers, keep clean the temple, see to it that all pujas are performed every day. Then your life will also be flourishing. It was the teaching he was giving to everybody. With that, I am just closing this episode. We will continue this Thirunavukkarasar episode in the next week also. Here it is the time to thank Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan Kattar, who had sponsored this, who have sponsored this project. Earlier also they had sponsored so many projects. This project also they are sponsoring, and I pray Lord Shiva to bestow the blessings upon this family. With this, I am also offering my prayers to Lord Shiva to bestow his blessings to those people who are hearing this episode, who are hearing the divine story of our Thirunavukkarasar. And also I am willing to make a submission that we have released a book on behalf of Gnanathiral. We have published a book, Gnana Kuzhandai, a comics book in English, and this book will lead the children in a righteous path. They would be learning good manners and good habits, good character they would be developing. So get this Gnana Kuzhandai book from us, a comics book, and give them as a gift so that you can lead them, you can take them in a righteous path. With this, I am just closing this episode. Please visit our site also, website. We are updating so many informations in our website, Facebook. So kindly visit. With this, I am just closing. I will be uttering the 5-letter mantra 5 times. Please follow me, and we will meet once again in the next week. Tiruchitrambalam. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.